What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with them 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you. Again, it's the last video. No. We still got one more video, Tuesday. Y'all know what Tuesday is. Hair gonna be fresh, bro. Everything gonna be straight. It's my birthday, my 31st. That's on the next video. But y'all know I love doing these videos for y'all. I appreciate the collective, bro. Y'all really don't know. I had a lot going on in my life once upon a time. I didn't know what to live for. This helped me my life back on track, man. YouTube helped me. So I genuinely appreciate the collective. I love the collective, man. We gonna keep this going. We on that road to 40K, bro. We at 34 right now. Let's get to 40. Let's get to 40, bro. Hey, but let's get right to the video, man. I ain't gonna hold you no longer. Let's go.
Back in 2005 was Joe Biden telling America something.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to these consequential decisions, or that we've gone far enough in protecting against government intrusion into our autonomy, into the most personal decisions we make. Judge, that's why this is a critical moment.
Biden looks so damn different.
WTF.
Scared. There is no one standing there, but there's a silhouette, like a shadow.
At this point, anything can happen when you work in a hospital.
No, yo no sé.
Follow for more.
Hey, what was the black stuff coming out of the hospital? Anybody ever seen that actual video before? Let me know. Let me know, bro. I don't know what I would have did if I'd have seen all that black shit coming up out the scene.
In this scary video, a couple of kids are playing and having fun until this shocking event happens. Watch this.
I wonder if they was playing with like a Ouija board or something before this.
So one time someone did dive headfirst into boiling water at Yellowstone after a dog. In 1981, David Kirwan was at Yellowstone with a friend when his friend's dog got away and jumped into a 200-degree hot spring. People around were screaming at David to not go in after the dog, but he didn't even give it a second thought. He just dove straight in. Some people completely dissolve when they do this because the pools tend to be very acidic, which I talk about in this week's episode, but that didn't happen here. So David was able to swim out far enough to get the dog, but he realized it was way too hot, so he had to leave the dog and turned around to come back. His friend was able to pull him out, but at this point, David was completely blind from the boiling water getting into his eyes. A stranger had also run over to help, and he tried to take David's shoe off of his foot, but David's skin had completely melted and started coming off with the shoe. And on top of all of this tragedy, Moosey, the dog, unfortunately didn't make it out of the hot spring. She was completely lost. And David also succumbed to the burns the next day. You'd assume at this point people know the dangers of the hot springs, but people go into them way more often than you'd think. If you have a dark curiosity about this kind of stuff, you might be interested in the episode I just did.
Look, I don't want to see nothing happen to no dog, no animal, nobody in general. But look, the dog going to the hot spring, his ass is grass, and he gotta stay there. We rest in peace to the name of the dog. But we not risking our life for the dog. I'm just keeping it a buck now. Now, if the scenario was different and you can save the dog and save yourself, that's understandable. But if the dog going to a hot spring, bro, and it's super acidic, why the hell would you go after it? You got to think about these things before the thing happened and you just act. No, you got to know, hey, look, we with a dog. It's a hot spring. Dogs tend to do some crazy shit from time to time. If you want to jump up in there, be my guest. But I ain't coming after you. I'm just not. And it's not my dog. It's the homie's dog. I'm straight, bro. Dog got to go. Rest in peace to the dog. We going to mourn. We going to have our feelings, be stuck in our feelings for a little bit. And if it fits the bill, we're gonna go get another dog, but it ain't gonna replace the last one. But I'm just saying, that was dumb. That was dumb, bro. I'm just gonna say that. It was dumb. And the fact he lost his damn foot in the shit, that is crazy. That is crazy, bro. I wonder if he regretted that. He probably regretted it the moment he did it. That's why you don't act off impulse with certain scenarios like that, bro. Life or death. It's life or death situations, bro, and it's all fun and games to somebody around and get hurt. What the hell was that?
So you telling me it's people out here with demon face syndrome? You are telling me a man went to the authorities. He went to get help because he was seeing demon faces and y'all made it a syndrome? What level of y'all playing in our fucking face are y'all trying to pull right now? So 59-year-old Victor Shara is the person from Nashville who first reported these symptoms of seeing demon faces, and they went ahead and made this very weird depiction of what he might be seeing, but something tells me that depiction might be off. He says he just woke up and was sitting on the couch watching TV when his roommate came into the room, and he was looking at him, and what he was saying in his head was, "What am I seeing?" Then his girlfriend walked in and her face was the same. He went on to say each one of those familiar faces had a grotesque grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars, and when turning to the side, pointy ears suddenly appeared, and he said much like those of Spock, the Vulcan first officer from whatever Star Trek. Who cares? He said he went on and tried to explain to the same people that he just saw turn into demons. He tried to explain to his roommates what he was seeing, and they thought he was nuts. Then he later went to the doctor and they said, "I got it. He's got demon syndrome." Y'all, why couldn't they just say it was like hallucinations? Why couldn't they say it was like an underlying issue, like any other disease, right? Where you see things, you see figures, but y'all went out and called it demon syndrome? They want us to believe that seeing demons in people that we once knew is a syndrome, so that the more that starts to become reality, the more that starts to unveil, they can say, "Oh, you've got demon syndrome. We've got something for that," and give us something to make us back more. They try to ban TikTok so we can't talk about stuff like this, and here we are with CNN coming through with one of the wildest articles yet. I want to read to you about when Jesus also saw demons, and demons know when you see them. It says Jesus was greeted by demons, and Jesus enters Capernaum, and as he approaches the synagogue, he is met by a man possessed by a demon, an impure spirit devil. The demon then recognizes Jesus and acknowledges him as Holy One of God, implying Son of God and Messiah. And this is a depiction of that, right? So I want you to know that these people are literally trying to usher in the normality of seeing evil spirits. And of course, when you went to these people that you saw demons in, they're gonna deny it. You have to know a demon's name for it to even be like, oh, that's me. Have you never watched any demonic possession movie? But nevertheless, for you to go to a psychiatrist and that psychiatrist doesn't give you the 1,000 other things that people are diagnosed with when they get thrown in psych wards and given medication, and for them to come out with something else called demon syndrome, baby, you had discernment, and unfortunately they're about to play in our faces. But what do I know? These are just my thoughts and beliefs, and I'm just a conspiracy theorist, so please don't take anything I say as fact. I just be talking. Or do I? Hope to see you again. Love you. Bye.
The year 2024 is considered the worst year in history in terms of weather and economic crisis, as it is the time, and the predictions from a mysterious time traveler about the weird upcoming events in 2024 make everything even crazier. Save this and come back if they prove to be true. On April 9th, ocean waters turn black for a week, and many unknown sea creatures wash up on shore. On May 27th, the Second American Civil War begins as Texas secedes from the country, followed by other states. It will eventually lead to an all-out war with involvement from other countries and nuclear weapons. On August 8th, massive versions of over 40 mysterious species are discovered in a secret part of the Amazon rainforest. These include 6-foot butterflies, 3-foot long ants, 5-foot spiders, 200-foot snakes, and tree-sized cats. On September 19th, the first ever Category 6 hurricane occurs on the U.S. East Coast. It makes landfall in Florida as a Category 5 before returning to the ocean, strengthening and slamming into South Carolina as a Category 6. On October 25th, a very famous musician comes out and reveals that he had faked his death. Everyone will know who he is. He is known as a legend of his time and will be even more famous than Taylor Swift.
It ain't no Prince. We know who that is, and it ain't Mike Jack either. I am gonna let y'all imagination run with it. If it was facts. He said, say the video, come back to it, see what's real, what's fake. Now on my birthday, I'm gonna be pissed. I just don't want nothing bad happening on the day I was born. Like, I'll just be honest. I would just be honest, man. It's me being honest. But as far as, like, they reaching, as far as, like, they said tree-sized cats, I can't see that, bro. No. I think they're reaching as far as, like, the measurements of how big some of these animals and things like that is. Hopefully that Category 5 and 6 don't hit. Hopefully it don't. But, yeah, we know who that musician gonna be. But as far as like the water turning black, the oceans turning black and stuff like that, let's just pray to God that don't happen. And let's hope that they got the measurements wrong as far as how big those animals were that was coming from the Amazon. Let's just hope they're not that damn big. Because if they're that big, like I said, just same thing with those giants or those fake puppets. We in trouble if they ever decide to flip the switch. Because we small compared to them. So that's what I say.
What's Trump trying to say? To your 87 million followers, a conspiracy theory that Joe Biden orchestrated to have SEAL Team 6, the Navy SEAL Team 6, killed to cover up the fake death of bin Laden. Now, why would you send a lie like that to your followers? You retweeted
That was a retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
You're not like someone's...
What was Trump trying to say? Y'all be the judge. But I feel in my heart that they both on the same sides. Him and Biden. They on the same team. They on different sides. That's how I feel about him and Biden. In my opinion, I could be wrong. If you still love Trump, that's your opinion. I respect it. If you want him to win, I hope he win. And if you like Biden and you want him to win, I hope he wins. That's how I play it. I don't really care about that too much. it's bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry. But he was saying something. Y'all let me know what y'all think he was saying.
How well do you remember the year 2020? Because a lot of people don't remember a bunch of major events that happened that year. A lot of people mention that 2020 feels like a big dream. There's a theory called the 2020 effect, and the isolation due to the pandemic has caused a lot of people to just forget about 2020 entirely. A lot of people hardly remember having to wear face masks everywhere we went. The toilet paper hoarding, and the extreme price gouging on hand sanitizer. A lot of people don't remember the monoliths, George Floyd, and the BLM protests, the mystery seeds that were received in Texas, or the Subway yoga mat sandwiches. A lot of people don't remember ever being on edge as we waited for that asteroid to possibly hit Earth, Mike Lindell's meltdown over the 2020 election, the invasion of the murder hornets, or the Fire-nado. Many of these events have people scratching their heads, or they kind of remember these things happening, but it didn't feel like it was 4 years ago. 2020 was a year to remember, but a lot of people can't even do that.
Fire hornets, I don't remember that.
Everyone's talking about the earthquakes in Japan, but take a look at this. This is the last 48 hours, all the seismic waves on this earth. Why is no one talking about this? Here's some videos from Japan and the earthquakes that hit on January 1st, 2024. This is the end times that we're living in right now. This is one of the greatest moments to be alive. A new island's coming up after a volcano. Absolutely insane. And let's not forget to mention that the weather is completely different all over the United States right now. Once again, look at what's going on. Nobody's going to talk about this. I want you guys to open up your eyes and open up your heart. And this is not a scare tactic. This is showing you what's going on right now. And I'm crying out from the rooftops, believe in Jesus. He is the only way. He can set you free. And do not have fear. Fear does not come from God. Only fear the Lord.
Minus that it's a globe on the screen. Nah, I'm trolling. We're not going to start no pettiness. But I do want to say, if y'all notice the map, what area of y'all didn't have no activity? Man, shout out to Canada. I was looking. Canada was one of those places that didn't have no activity. At least that's what I saw. Or it could be wrong based off the map. But I also want to say, I think it's dope to see volcanic eruptions and islands form. That's sick. That's dope. Because think about it. Maybe in 7,500 years from now, that island might be even bigger. Might be full of people. Might be a dope island that is popping off and got something going on there that's in a good and a positive manner. Or it could be negative too. You know how that goes with the islands. But I think it's dope to see islands pop up and form some type of change. That's sick. It's dope to me. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that one. That's what I feel. And we also been seeing a lot of earthquakes in Japan. And them earthquakes in Japan be hitting. It seem like the floods, the tsunamis, and those earthquakes seem like they be hitting in those regions over there. Prayers, if anybody watching from that region, if y'all had experienced something like that, I pray for y'all, man. I hope y'all good now.
What if I told you that the Simpsons have already predicted 2 major events that have happened in 2024? Well, hold on tight because the last one is just crazy. So the first prediction is the Japan tsunami, dating back to season 17, episode 18, titled The Wettest Story Ever Told. The Simpsons are on board a boat near the coast of Japan when a large wave strikes the boat. And this is when they realize it is no ordinary wave, but rather a tsunami, which then heads towards the city and wipes it out. Okay, this is where it gets a little weirder. They also predicted the alien attack on the mall in Miami, which happened just days ago in a more recent episode where Bart and Lisa are at the mall while on vacation in Florida when they discover an evil alien lurking in the storage rooms.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
And all the people who love Trump, all I'm going to point out is this. All I'm going to point out is this. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get fooled. Come on, man. Don't be... You going to choose what you want. But just don't be fooled and think that any of them people are for us. When I say us, I mean they not with us, bro. They pretend to be with us. They all working together, bro. They all working together. But Trump temperament is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. His temperament is crazy. His temperament is crazy.
If I give you $1.5 million, would you be willing to spend the night in the world's quietest room? Don't rush to answer. Let me explain how terrifying this room is. It is located in the anechoic chamber at Microsoft headquarters in Seattle, USA. It is known as the quietest place on Earth. The room is constructed of 6 layers of concrete. The entire ceiling, walls, and door are filled with glass wedges. There are 68 anti-vibration springs installed on the floor. The entire chamber hangs in midair, so the sound in the room is 20 decibels, due to the walls absorbing 99.9% of the sound. No matter how loud a sound is made, it is instantly swallowed. The average range of human hearing is between 0 and 25 decibels. Anything beyond this range can be perceived as noisy. So what happens below 0 decibels? According to challengers' descriptions, sitting inside, you can hear your heartbeat and lungs expanding, even the sound of joint movements. If you try to sing, you will find that the sound is all absorbed by the surrounding soundproofing devices. It doesn't reflect back at all when the room is darkened. All senses feel as if they have been taken away. You may even feel like you are in the universe. Since the challenge mode in the chamber opened, the average challenger lasted less than a minute. The longest challenger lasted 45 minutes, eventually experiencing symptoms of dilated pupils and auditory hallucinations. If you were to do it, how long could you endure?
That's real interesting. Who's the sick mind that even thought about coming up with that? I wouldn't want to turn off all the lights. I would want to step in there for a second, just for a second, just to experiment, just to, you know, test it out myself. So I would go in there to hear if I could hear anything, you know, stuff like that. And I would be like, hey, just turn the lights off for me for a hot second. But give me a switch or something where I can turn the light on myself. Because if I say turn the light on, you ain't going to be able to hear me. If I say let me out, you ain't going to be able to hear me. So I would only do it with people I trust. Like, only people I trust. Like my family or something. And then I would be like, just turn the lights off for like a couple seconds. Let me see what it feels like. And I would give it probably like literally 20 seconds. If that. Maybe 10 seconds. And then I'd be like, I'm ready to go. Time to cut out. I don't want no issues. I don't want no problems. I don't want none of the extra stuff that come along with it.
They showed that man the ritual that they were trying to perform during the full solar eclipse. It wasn't an initiation ritual for him. It was a ritual to show him what to do during the solar eclipse. And it freaked him out, so he got the out of there. Because in order to be a part of a ritual like that, you have to know the words to say. You have to know the practices. You have to know everything about what is going on in order for the ritual to work. Now, I am going to show you and explain to you exactly what the Cabal's plan is. And I'm telling you, if you are someone who scares easily, do not watch this without someone or before you go to bed. And if you don't know what man I'm talking about, the man that everyone has seen wearing a crown of thorns and saying that they were going to kill him April 12th of 2024, 4 days after the solar eclipse. And I'm going to show you what 4/12 what scripture is attached to that in the Bible. But first, let's get to the Evil Cabal. So that place that he was talking about is actually more than what he knows. It's more than what a lot of people know. The deity that they are worshiping, Moloch, is the deity of sacrifice, because I cannot say it. Moloch the owl is an ancient Egyptian deity that was worshipped, and they would kill at his feet. What they showed him was what they needed to do in order to pass off the karmic energy. So the higher-ups and the elite try to transfer all their karmic debt and karmic energy to the innocent, the most innocent. And who are the most innocent in the world? That man witnessed firsthand what was supposed to be done at a massive operation. There were supposed to be multiple that were taken to that place. So you all know that the solar eclipse is supposed to come April 8th of 2024. You have seen people talking about it, saying that the energy is going to be so high, and it's going to be the first eclipse of solar totality since 2017 that has the most ever people watching it in our generation. Remember how I told you that total solar eclipse will be the judge of the elites, and that the Vatican would be judged, Catholicism will be judged, false prophets, everyone will be judged. You think they were gonna be judged and not try to fight back? You think they don't know what's coming? Mind you, people from the Vatican are the type of people that go to... Those are the type of people, not Hollywood superstars. People that have the longest bloodlines in the world go there. They tried to initiate him into something bigger. They tried to show him something bigger, and it's not because of who he is. It's because of his bloodline. I guarantee you, those people know something about him he probably doesn't even know about himself. In ancient Mayan culture, it was known that during a total solar eclipse, they took a false king, and they used that king and held him captive while the real king was put away, and they killed the fake king after the total solar eclipse because he was said to have been to absorb all the negative energy. That man saying that he saw them doing things with was just a test. Because I'm telling you, they are planning a massive ritual during the total solar eclipse. So while everyone is looking up, the Cabal will have on their masks, gloves, robes. They will be in front of Moloch, and they will try to fight the day of judgment upon themselves with the most evil anyone has ever felt. That is what is going on. That is what that man is showing. He's showing it, and he failed the test because God knows who his people are. Because I know you guys are like, well, what? I see you guys, and you just can't put it together. And I'm telling you, y'all need to follow and listen to me because I've been talking about this for probably 2 months now. Like he has given us his word to lead us and to guide us and to direct us. Not only has he given us his word to do that work as if it's outside of us, he has given us his word to penetrate the depths of who we are and transform us from the inside out. Hebrew 4:12. Oh, and if you don't believe me about the solar eclipse and the substitute king, yeah, the Assyrians did it.
What if you do know things, that humanity can't handle? Well, they do. The system here in terms of laws, rules, but everybody's doing everything, right? Imagine that's in place and it's very, very, very established. I think they're trying to ride that baby out as long as possible. They're slowly disseminating information through media and movies.
Facts.
Subconsciously, I think some of these ideas are being implanted. There was a Marvel movie that just came out.
The Eternals?
Yeah. So they're called the Eternals. And in that movie, one of the characters is a Gilgamesh and he's like a demigod. Another one goes back in time to change an event. And it's the event of Cortez conquering Tenochtitlan and killing all the people. They show the scene in that movie of him intervening in that destruction. Like he's trying to go back and like alter how things went. They're pointing out these like key things in history, these moments that are from like the tablets. It's bizarre. And they talk about how they're like superhumans that can have all these abilities and all these strengths. The point I'm trying to make is I think stuff is being put into media. And there's many examples. We talked about The Truman Show, Stargate. I mean, there's I could come up with endless movies where there's like these deliberate little things that are like seem like they're put in.
Yeah, they're telling us without them actually telling us. Like I just said this on my live. Don't you guys find it f***ing peculiar? And I don't give a f*** what movie it is. Really look at the movies that are out. All of Disney's movies, I don't give a f*** what the movie is. It's about unity. It's like the controllers want us to unify. And we root for it. Raya, the Last Dragon, it's about Kumandra. All the different tribes coming together, but they're so divided by these minute barriers. Ants, Bugs Life, B-Movie. I mean, all the every fucking movie is about Disney unity or a totalitarian government and a protagonist going against it. And active state, enemy of the state, The Matrix, shit, even The Truman Show, Maze Runner, Terminator, I mean, Ocean's 11 even. What the fuck? And you know what's crazy? This is the fucking craziest part. We'll watch these movies and we, as an audience, root. And we look at the people like, why don't you guys just unify? But y'all can sit there and do that and root and feel that way for the movies. But when it comes to real life application, you're oblivious to it. Make that make sense? You want the movie to unify, but you can't unify with your people. You want to stay divided with red, blue, gay, straight, white, black, etc., etc. Look at all the movies and tell me if I lied. They're all pushing us to unify. And for some reason, we can't do it in real life.
Y'all know why we can't do it in real life? Because we too busy holding on to ego, pride, revenge, anger. Them is things that we hold on to. And it slows us down. And yeah, it's ego, pride, anger. It's all those little different things like that, bro. It's not being able to see past our own thoughts. Some of us can't be open-minded. When we forced to see something we unfamiliar with, or we see something we don't agree with, we shut it out instead of being open-minded, instead of trying to just have a conversation and see the similarities instead of the differences. As I said since day one of starting this channel, we always gonna be like distant and separated if we always look at the differences we hold. If we start finding similarities in things between us, that's how we're gonna start being able to unify. So similarities create unity. Differences create division. Simple. It's literally that simple. If we could just have a conversation and see the similarities we both connect on, that can probably help a conversation. But we also got to be adult and mature enough that if we have differences, we can have a conversation, disagree, but still be respectful and still understand each other's perspective, even if we don't agree with each other's perspective. That's the part of life that I think a lot of humans that call themselves adults don't know how to do. Being an adult don't mean you above 18. You can still be 35 years old and still think like a little bitty ass kid. But that's what I feel like, to add on what he talking about. Ego, pride, anger, revenge. It's all them little things that accumulate to why we can't be unified, why we are divided. And not looking at the similarities, but looking at our differences.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, we have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and people, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus, a figure who represents not just the cornerstone of Christian faith, but also a symbol of the universal values of love, compassion, and brotherhood. This Black Jesus, whose light message to us all that divinity knows no color, that spiritual truth transcends race, and that our common humanity binds us more tightly than our differences divide us. Let this discovery remind us that history is not just the story of those who wield power, but also of those whose contributions have been overlooked or forgotten. It challenges us to re-examine what we know, to question our...
Y'all let me know if that translator is correct. And if he just ain't adding on his own words to what Putin was saying. Because y'all know that could be the case too. So if you understand that language, please enlighten me, let me know. If that's cap or if it's fact. If he's telling the truth as far as what Putin is saying. Let me know, please.
They've been planning for like the last 8 months, bro. Like I said, September 23rd was when they did the first thing against me. They've got everybody involved. This is a big thing where they've got a few different people involved. My mom, I think, was whoever got, my mom or my sister got contracted to do it first, and I think that from there it spread out. You know, I think they started getting people to be involved from my mom and my sister. I think the deal was to help get rid of my brother so that my sister would try to get put on. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's really, really horrible. It's really, really a horrible, tragic thing. But my mom is definitely involved in this. I heard her on the phone getting calls from the inside. How everybody who's acting in unison, cooperating the same story right now is involved. And they're trying to throw it off on other people, bro. My brother has no real enemies. A lot of that entertainment stuff is fake. The only people who will try to harm him right now are the people who would benefit.
I watched, what was it? The Blueface show with Blueface and Krishan Rock. I watched that on Zeus. And when I saw the episode of Blueface getting into it with his brother and his sister and his mom, I don't know where they was at. Like, it was at like a food spot or something. And they was both meeting up. All of them was meeting up to have a conversation, to talk. When I saw the way the brother was talking to him, the brother was on some street shit. He was talking to him like how me and the homies would talk to each other if we had an issue with each other or one of us was out of line. Blueface taking it like a joke because this shit is entertainment for him. This is, y'all know what I mean. That's Hollywood for him. When I saw the mom jump in, and I don't remember this, I think the sister was there too. When I saw them two get in it, I was like, the way the brother coming, he was coming off on a real level. Like, his shit was real, it was genuine. Where they was coming was like, where the sister, the mom, Blueface, and Krishan was all, it just looked drama-filled. It just looked like that shit was all made up. It was made to fit an agenda. I don't know too much as if that's real, if he's telling the truth, but I can see that being truth though. It's my first time coming across that, so when I see something for the first time, I don't want to just speak on it and be like, oh yeah, that's what it was. But I can't tell you what I felt when I did see that episode. I forgot the name of the show, but it was Krishan Rock and Blueface show. Y'all, if y'all watch Zeus Network, I watch Zeus. It's ratchet, it's ghetto, it vibrate low, but I already know what it is. And sometimes I watch it for the laughs. It's funny as hell to me to see people act like this. It ain't my experience, and I don't attract those individuals anymore. And I grew up with those individuals, so I mean, with individuals who act like that. That's the environment I'm from. So I know how to tolerate it, but I know how to not act like that and carry myself in a whole different manner. But yeah, when I watched that episode, that's what I got from it. That's what I got from it. I feel like, so when I hear him say that, I'm not surprised. I'm definitely not surprised. The brother looked like he stepped, and it looked like he actually like is with that shit. He come from the same environment. So when I hear him, it resonates with me. I understand him, and I'm like, bro, that is some weird shit. If he don't want to step with it, then you know that it could be real. If you don't want to step with it, it's because that shit weird, man. Highly weird. We know that. But we made it to the end of this, man. I appreciate y'all. If y'all stuck all the way through, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with them 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, it helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger. It helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. This is the last time y'all gonna see my hair all messed up, bro. It'll be done in the next video. Next video will be my birthday. So we will be rocking hard. Next video will be April 9th, Tuesday. You know, we drop on Tuesdays. But it will be dropping. So be prepared, man. I want that to be the most latest video. I want that video to hit records, bro. I want it to be the most lit video we ever have had on this channel. So just giving y'all a heads up. That will be dropping on Tuesday, April 9th. But I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all having a good one. A smooth 7. And until I see y'all in the next one, man, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm